Well, that's right, Chad. Tomorrow morning, I'm headed to Alaska on my motorcycle. I've always wanted to do this, and tomorrow's the day. We left Salt Lake Saturday morning, and we headed north. That was our whole plan. And we just kept driving north until we ran out of gas, either the bike or us. Where are you going? You don't know?
North. Leaving was just kind of surreal. It was, you know, you're just getting on a motorcycle going who knows where.
The Alaskan trip is really what the Vision was designed for, a long-range cruiser. And that's what it does phenomenally well. You know, it's a big, heavy bike, and its expertise is really getting on the road and going long distances. First day, we got up to Kalispell, Montana. We left here. It was a beautiful, sunny morning, and we rode through hail and snow and freezing and everything imaginable between here and Kalispell. After Kalispell, we rode up into British Columbia, up into Banff and Jasper. Just beautiful country. Saw our first bear and crossed over to Chicken, and that's where the real fun began. We got a small taste of what some of the early guys that used to go up here had to deal with, because the road from Dawson to Chicken, Alaska is basically dirt.
And then we went on the top of the World Highway to the Alaskan border, and that was quite an experience there. There was some very interesting roads. Of course, it rained the entire time we were up there. It's called Top of the World Highway, and you just ride along a ridge that you feel like you're just looking out over the entire world.
And then, you know, we worked our way back to home and came back into Salt Lake, and it was near 100, and Jill and I looked at each other and said, let's turn around and go back up there again.
We were gone 14 days and rode over 7,000 miles.
You know, I'm sure there are, you know, serial planner people, you know, that they got to know what they're doing every step of every second. We did zero planning. Okay, we basically packed the morning we left. We threw, you know, what we thought we'd need in the motorcycle and took off. We didn't plan where we were going to stay that night. We didn't care. We wanted to go as far as we could.
That was probably my favorite thing, because, you know, there's so much going on when you're at home and with work and family, and being out there, you could just look at the scenery and enjoy the ride.
I went up in the late 70s with my parents in the back of a Monte Carlo. It was really cool to see it as an adult and think about those kind of things and go, oh yeah, okay, that's Chicken, because it was completely different than what I remembered as a kid.
When I was 12, my dad and I did this almost the same trip, except that we were on an older bike, not as much power. We had a homemade trailer that we were towing, and we took a lot of our camping gear and camped most of the time because we had very little money. A lot of the stuff from when I was 12, I didn't think I remembered, but seeing that country again and seeing some of the places that we had gone before brought back a lot of memories. The biggest thing I would have changed was to have another week to do it, so that we could have enjoyed a little bit more. It would have been fun to take a detour up to the Arctic Circle, just to say we'd been there.
As soon as I got back, I thought, oh, I'd be done riding after doing 7,000 miles, right? Well, no, I still have the bug. Now we're thinking about maybe we should go over to Europe and buy a bike over there and run around Europe for a few days. So see how that goes. We'll see what next spring looks like. A lot of people have come up to me and go, wow, you rode all the way to Alaska. And to be honest with you, it wasn't a big deal. We could make it to Alaska in about 3 or 4 days. If it's something you want to do, just go do it. That's what I finally had to do. I had to just say, hey, I've got the bike. I've got to make time. I've got to go do it. I put everybody else on hold for 2 weeks so I could go do this. I mean, you don't know how long you're going to make it on this rock, and so you better go have fun while you can. I don't care if you take a motorcycle, you go in your camper, you just take your car. It's really a lot closer than you think, and it's a great time to get out with your family and get away from cell phones and get away from TVs and really enjoy the outdoors. Well, we need to get back to Casino Royale. I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.